This is Lockie Hume, and you're listening to The Crowject.
Walker needs to kick accurately, and he has. Oh, what a lifter for the
excitement machine, McLeod. Left foot goal.
Oh, don't tell me.
He's a superstar.
Don't tell me. Oh, bounces straight up, leaves the path of on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of the Crowject podcast. Just want to give a shout out to our sponsors off the top, In Pain MedSA and Trojan Aluminium. Unfortunately, we do not have Damon tonight, but we do have a suitable replacement. There has not been a more exciting debut than this one since Eddie Betts for the Crows, and we'll get to Eddie Betts later. But firstly, Elodie.
Hello. Am I the exciting debut?
No, you've been here plenty of times.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I almost forgot then, sorry.
Damn.
Yeah, get over, boys.
Oh.
What are we drinking? The slur.
Nice
Adam's
to the Mismatch Brewing Adelaide Crows mid-home.
Not bad.
Yes, lovely. And how are you, Cream?
I'm
or
good,
should I
thank
say
you.
Nigel with your bloody RMs?
Shout out to all you other Nigels out there. I'm good. Benny Mac, welcome back.
Thanks, mate. How you going?
Good, thank you.
Looking very smart there, Nigel.
Oh, fuck you, Peg. And last but not least, we are more than happy to have this guy on. He is a loyal Patreon contributor, one of many, and we will get to the list of those. He's going to do the speed read tonight, by the way.
I don't want to.
Oh, okay. In that case, Pete, you're up. But
We don't have like 5 hours.
last but not least, Sam, welcome aboard.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? Oh, God.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
He's here.
Jesus, Cream, would you host?
Yes.
You didn't mention that Leighton wasn't here either.
Poor Leighton.
Sorry, Leighton.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We
He
miss
hasn't got
Leighton.
his camera either. I should have noticed that
Oh,
big
yeah.
tripod wasn't on the table.
I feel
what
so
about
much
the
more
camera?
comfortable.
That's what I was going to say. Normally it's Leighton standing on the table. Boing. Actually, I've got a spring. There we go.
Perfect.
Now, we'll get back to the Patreons list while you fight over who's going to do it. If you do join our Patreon at patreon.com/Crowject, you are entitled to a bunch of stuff. Benny Mac, what do you get?
Well, you can get yourself some episodes of Get Your Crow On, the Obscure Crow, with a new episode coming out pretty soon, or is it out? Maybe already, with a very special guest in Nick Gill.
Peter, is that one out?
Not just yet. It will be out later tonight. It's been
Yeah.
recorded.
I
So if
can
you're
tell you
listening
that
to
much.
it now, head over to patreon.com/Crowject, sign up, and you can put your cans into that hole.
Yes. Well articulated.
There is another interview later this week from a Adelaide Crows TV winner.
Oh, yes.
Ah,
Bit of
I like
sizzle
that.
there. Mhm.
Good one there. But also get yourself some merch. Get yourself a keyring, lanyard, and a stubby holder, and some stickers.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Crom merch update. You can go to crowject.bigcartel.com to get some merch. I don't know how many beanies we've sold. Lots.
We've sold, I think it's about 1,400 or so.
Okay.
Nice.
Give or take.
And we are also selling the Garden Stakes tops, which we will be wearing to the city to bay in conjunction with the Press Box podcast for childhood cancer. How many of those have we sold?
We have sold, I think it's about 150 of them so far. If you head over and order one, if you're listening to it now, you'll be able to get it before Friday's game. We'll be able to send that out to you.
Beautiful.
Express.
Perfect. Peter's wearing one right now. Looks very nice.
Thank you very much.
It's okay.
And
I like your candle get-up that you're wearing.
Candle. Why is everyone insulting
Lady
my
at the
clothes
market.
today? I'm glad we didn't have Leighton's camera here because I apparently look like
Etsy.
I apparently look like a skater girl
Yeah, you
market seller. But
real skater girl vibes over here.
Yeah.
But if you do buy a Garden Stakes top, proceeds are going to Catherine House to support
Correct.
homelessness. If you buy a beanie, proceeds are going to Fight MND to support MND. So it's all charity.
yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Get around it. All right, Peter, fire out the Patreon.
All right, so if you want to sign up as a patron, go to patreon.com/Crowject. And do I get any music?
What music would you like?
Give me something hard and upbeat.
Some Nickelback, maybe?
All right, here we go. Ben Hero. I'm off to a great start. Brad M, Sophie Damon, Drew Corder, Chris, Jade Higgy, Samuel Curtis, arguably AFL, Callum Ryan, Amelia, Frank Milanese, Jacob Pierce, Sharon Cameron, Matty Aaron, Giggity Up, and Ethan Thomas, Christy Bainish, Harry Neely, Martin Head, Kim Ryder, Aaron Shearer, Jan That's dyslexia playing right now. Brennan Garrigan, James Payne, Caitlin Stevens, Crows Tricolours, Chris Daniel, Sarah James, Adam Cirillo, Joel Katina, Zen Ronaldo, Martin Adams, Tom Schultz, Michael Bornholm, Nathan Prime, Caroline Scomar, Lockie Glasgow, Andy Munro, Peter Beveridge, Shane Marty.
Good.
Great.
Oh,
I like that.
it's an upgrade.
Simone McDonald, Aidan Gain, Jezza Withers, Lachlan Dan Wellin, Mitchell Lord, Nathan Williams, Chase McKay, Pete Nash, and Matt O'Brien.
Look, there was some stuff ups, but at least you got Simone right.
And
Yeah,
at least
that's
he beat
amazing.
119 seconds. That was done in half that.
Thank you.
Very proud of you. That gets
job.
a round of applause.
Oh. It was better the first one.
Stop start.
Now, what's the deal with Apple Podcasts? If people give us reviews, what do they win? Elodie?
What's the deal with Apple Podcasts? You sounded like the start of a stand-up routine.
Yeah.
They win.
How about those Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, it's like, don't they make pear? But I don't know. I don't know where that was going. If you give us a good review that we like, you'll get a Crom jumper hoodie thing. Peter's trying to help me out, doing a little bit of Go Crom hoodie. Yeah.
Yes.
Got one myself. They're very nice.
Elodie normally wears it, but she's gone with this market girl Sunday stall vibe.
Yes.
Would anyone like chocolate fudge?
Yes.
It's got CBD in it.
Freshly baked brownies.
Sustainably sourced.
Yes. Only.
You're a bully.
With bamboo. It's wrapped in bamboo.
All right. Now, before we actually jump into the news, anyone got any shout outs? No?
Do I? You look at me like I have to.
No.
Is there something pre-planned here? Or?
Pull something out of, I don't know.
Shout out to all the Nigels out there.
Yeah, shout out to Mike.
Look, I'm just looking to pad before the result.
Yeah.
Okay,
Really?
yeah. Shout out to Leighton. Wish you were here.
Yeah, damn straight. And have you ever seen Leighton and Sir Swamp Thing in the same room together?
No,
No.
because they're the same person.
That's a good
It's like
point.
Batman and Bruce Wayne. Now, thank you, Sam, for being a part of our
Batman.
Yeah, thank you for being a part of our Patreon as well, mate. And
Oh, yeah. Pretty easy.
Please.
all right, he's pretty easy.
All right.
Please do your best to
Jump on.
advertise the group chat for people.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty good. People pretty friendly. Elodie, apparently easy target. Just
Oh.
Very easy target.
What? Okay, I'm not easy in the same way as Sam is, but
It's like kicking out.
apparently-
I'm not touching that one.
Yeah, most people are friendly in there, except for Sam. And Cream sometimes.
Fuck you.
Hey.
All right.
Didn't sound the same with a mouthful of gummy bears. Okay, let's move on to the news. The Demons defeated the Crom 16 goals, 8-104 to the Crom 9 goals, 9-63.
Yes.
Yes.
This did happen.
However, I'm not that disappointed in the performance. In saying that, where's that fucking elephant?
Oh.
Are we still okay with big lapses in concentration? Discuss.
It's ironic coming from you. Ben, your thoughts?
Well, I'm not sure we were ever okay with it, but I think we've just acknowledged that it happens pretty much every week. And look at the last 3 minutes of the game yesterday where Melbourne kicked 3 goals to really pump it
Giant
out.
time goals have killed us like all season. Even games we were close in, it's like, oh, shit, here we go.
Exactly.
Blowing up.
And I hope no one was on the 1-39 of the result yesterday. I would have been really mad at Bailey Fitch's last goal.
they
there.
would have been filthy.
Yeah.
Was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
No, I think.
I do like that. We started the game 1 goal 6
Yes.
and
Got the dodo.
then we kicked 6 goals 3 for the rest of the game. Like,
Yeah.
didn't win it, but like,
That's something.
improved.
Improved goal kicking. That's one positive to take away.
Coincidence that Himmelberg was off at the time? Don't know.
I'm going to agree with that one.
He went from being the answer to the injury. So
I thought he was dead. One of the dot points says Himmelberg dead, question mark, when's funeral?
wrote this rubbish. That's one of the points here. Who wrote this singer?
You wrote this 20
They're a
minutes
smart
ago,
guy.
Cream.
Smart
Talking
guy.
about?
Oh, mate, Nigel in the corner there. You got your own printer.
So what's happened? What's happened to him?
Did Frampton kill him? Is that what happened?
Nah, hamstring, I think. They're assessing it, and he's
You
probably
can die
out for a
from
while.
that.
If you're a horse, yes.
Oh, God, Cream must have died 4 times this year.
Yes.
You've done your hamstring.
I do
done the
my-
string again.
I'm doing my
String.
hamstring every week. But, I mean, I'm not a horse. Far from it.
Oh, poor guy. But I'm sure probably.
I think it means that he's got a big pesh, a big Nick pesh, which is coming up soon on our obscure crow.
Hey, good plug.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get to it later. But imagine being Strawn and being like, all right, you're playing your first game in like however long, you're playing against Gorn and your backup ruckman's gonna go down in the first quarter. Go. Like, that'd be fun.
Okay, Nixie.
Do you know what? The guy I was buying beer from today, he said, why don't, instead of Himmelberg and whoever as the ruckman, you play Strawn and O'Brien, because Strawn's a better kick at goal.
Yeah.
And he's a better backup ruckman option.
He's
than-
not a better kick at goal. He's a better kick.
Yeah.
Like Rob's kick.
That's
is
a
like
low bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a giraffe taking a shit. So
But like, he can do better up forward, and he's a better chop out ruckman than a part-time ruckman. So,
Let's be honest, in terms of contested marks in the last few weeks, Himmelberg's been taken fuck all.
Do you know how many times I've brought up can Strawn and Rob play in the same team, and every time everyone just yells no at me?
I have never heard you say
I was
that.
about to say that.
You are talking out of your rectum.
Oh, let's go back. Let's go back right now and find those episodes. No, we're not going to do that. But yeah,
No, we're
I've
not.
said it before. I've
'Cause they
said,
don't
can they
exist.
both play in the same team? And everyone always says no. But Sam says it, and suddenly it's a good idea.
Oh.
My only query with it would
That's
be
a good call from you, Sam.
Thank you.
Strawn's tank would be the only query of mine. There were a few occasions yesterday where he was absolutely stuffed.
Rude.
Yeah. To be fair, it's his first AFL game in how long?
Like a year.
Like a year, yeah. And he played I think 90% time on ground or something. And for someone who is coming to, usually they try and limit that, I suppose. But with Himmelberg going down, there wasn't really any options. You sort of have to have
fair.
Billthorpe up forward, and you can't really put him in the right.
He definitely was rooted. Fingers crossed next week he doesn't get kangarooed. That is my best work.
That's your
I'm
worst
sorry.
word. My
Since
God.
the Himmelberg is dead bit, yeah. That's
Who
what
wrote this?
Okay, who sucked? Sam, we're starting with you.
Oh, man. Where to start?
There's stats on the back.
Yeah, I know there's
If it
stats on the
helps.
back, but
If it helps.
man,
Don't be subjective. Be objective.
I want to say David McKay kind of let me down this game. He made.
Oh,
I like him.
are you a fan of David McKay?
I don't mind him.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be doing something right to play over 200 games.
Yeah, sometimes.
Although I have a feling that one day he'll just end up on an episode of Obscure Crow. Do you remember this bloke who played 200 games for the club? Oh, who? David McKay? No, it doesn't ring a bell. No, he never stood out, did he? No, but there's a few decisions he made where just by foot I was like, dude, come on. You hit those targets day in, day out.
David McKay. He just does that.
I mean, he kept running all day, but I think Ned McHenry's got him. I think Ned McHenry will take that role. Just run 3 possessions all game, but just keep running.
I feel like McHenry has a bit more niggle as well.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he can get at you, get under your skin.
Yeah.
You know how you get
Like
like
cellulitis.
You know how you like get stats on the back of footy cards?
Yeah.
McHenry's will be games missed through suspension, and it'll be like 18 at the
Yeah,
end
it'll
of
be
his
more than the
career.
actual games
Yeah.
probably missed.
Would McHenry break someone's jaw though?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then deflate their tyres afterwards
Oh.
too. I feel like he'd be that sort of vindictive sort of operator.
I would like to see him on Zach Butters. Like, I don't care that they play at opposite ends of the ground. Put them next to each other. Butters will try a cheap shot and I can get a $2,000 fine, and McHenry will be like, all right, you're dead.
You dead.
Giving you the Himmelberg treatment, mate. Yes.
Hamstring gone.
Now, what were your thoughts, Benny Mac? Who sucked?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone particularly sucked that bad.
I'll give you a clue. His last name rhymes with a kind of beer.
Murphy.
That's the one.
Yeah, fair. We'll go with Murphy. Murphy sucked. Oh, yeah.
Really? I don't know. I didn't mind Murphy.
I did not rate him. He only had 11,
Was he even playing?
He only had 11 touches and he only had 2 tackles. He's in
Yeah.
there for his forward half tackles.
You know what?
2 is not enough.
I can't believe I'm the one saying this to you, Cream, but stats aren't everything, you know?
Whoa.
Oh, you fuck.
Yeah, I thought his pressure was good.
Apparently you kicked a goal. That's not right? Like,
Stats don't mean everything. Apparently he kicked a goal.
Did he do
No,
it?
I don't mean
Was that during an outbreak? I don't know.
like, I missed that. That was okay.
All right.
All right, I'm going to pick out some names. Oh, actually, you know what? Do you just want to start with going with our best ons?
Okay. Was
Makes
that a part of it? When's the funeral for Himmelberg, apparently, is the next point. Best ons. Elodie, give us your 3, 2, 1
Oh, all right.
for the Bungie medal,
Yes.
which we're just going to pick a player at the end of the year. Let's be honest.
One, three. Three's good, right? Three's the best one. 3 is going to be Seedsman.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep. He was a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Did his usual meters gained bullshit. Plus, he got, I think it was at career high disposals or
Yes,
something.
it was
Yeah.
previously
Yeah.
35.
Yeah,
and
20
what
at
was it?
half time, to be fair.
36. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that first quarter, was it 15 in the first quarter? I think
Yeah.
it was?
It was
Yeah.
running hot.
I had
Langdon
Rory-
really clamped down on him after that.
Yeah.
I had Rory led most disposals on the ground, and I knew I was fucked at quarter time.
Oh.
Some of us had Seed 25 plus and a multi, and it was good. $1.80 he was paying for that. Lovely value there.
Giddy up.
Thanks, Seed.
Thank you, Seed.
Yes, thank you, Seed.
Love you,
Thank you
Seed.
for giving us your seed. And at 78% as well. So
Jesus
it was,
Christ.
The Seed rained down.
Is there like a next level of membership for that? Or
Yeah.
maybe.
Get Seed's nest egg. Meet me in the back. Right. Go on. 3 for Seed.
3 for
and
Seed.
2.
And the next best is 2, yes.
Yes.
Which will go to Keys.
He's
I
a
thought
good-
Keys
he's
was
a good boy.
Yeah, he was a good boy. 11 tackles. Can't complain with that.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all. I don't know. For my other one, actually, I really liked Lynch, but at the same time, Lynch did some real shit things. So he was kind of, he was good but bad. But I'm going to go with Lynch because I don't mind a bit of bad.
Okay.
Take the good with the bad,
Thank
you know?
Christ. I almost thought ours were going to be identical for a second.
Oof.
All
Sorry.
right, Cream. So your 3 is Seed.
Seed,
Yes.
Seed, Keys, Sloan.
Okay.
Mm.
Sloan with 9 tackles. Ben, who was your 3, 2, 1, my man?
Yeah, I'll probably echo that. Seed, Key, Sloan for my
Sloan
3,
also
2, 1.
had 9 clearances, which was the most for us too.
He did.
Oh.
But stats don't mean everything. Sam.
probably go Seedsman. Just
Yep.
why not?
Yep.
Um,
Unanimous, I reckon, around the table. Yep.
Then I reckon Fogarty, just because he was laying tackles up forward. He was taking
True.
marks, and I think that was the biggest presence he's had in a game since he kicked 5 against West Coast. Like he wasn't out at any point. He was always trying to be in the contest or trying to get around the ball.
Mm.
There was even one point where he's gone for a mark. His player's beaten him. And then he's gone to pick the ball up. He's gone to ground. He's still gotten the ball. He's started getting tackled. He's fed the ball out, and then someone else has turned it over after. But he just didn't let himself get out of the contest.
Mm.
And then I want to put Butts at for 1, just because he started off a bit shaky and let Ben Brown run him up and down the field. And then second quarter onwards, he's just like, do you know what? You run forward, and then I'll stop you kicking goals when you come back this end. And it worked a treat. So
Perfect.
Good call.
Solid. What about, did you do yours? No, you didn't. Go on,
3
Ben.
for Seed, 2 for Keys, and 1 for McHenry.
Yeah.
And definitely not Jake Kelly.
Why not?
Don't get me started.
your direct opponent kicked 7 goals. So you don't want to give him a vote?
You're kidding.
Not tonight.
No.
Now we're going to get to some of the feedback from the listeners. Cream, who you got, mate?
I got Facebook. There's only 10 comments, so that'll make this nice and easy.
And I'll do Twitter
Okay.
and
Drew,
Instagram.
Drew Corner, Patreon contributor. Cedo is the man. Fog definitely showed more promise. Once we can just work on our delivery a bit more, we will be great. I liked what I saw from Strawny. Nathan Davies Green. Fritz Magnet is probably one of the worst pun-based calls I've ever heard from a commentator.
Oh, fuck.
Was that Fritz or Fritz?
Fritz.
He rolled with both.
Yeah. Cedo and Fog our best, but McPherson and Strawn deserve a mention in my opinion. Nothing fantastic from them, but quietly were a couple of our best. Can't forget McHenry either. He's finally showing why we picked him up and is starting to become a gun player.
I think McPherson's another one that's going to be a quiet achiever. He'll probably be another one that will end up an obscure crow, played 200 games, and everyone's like, oh, yeah.
He was the captain
McPherson.
of the state team, I think,
Yeah.
when he was a junior. And like, I was actually excited to get him at whatever pick we got him at, because I was like, dude, he's the captain. He's a good defender. Like injury prone, yeah, but like let's just
Yeah, give him a shot. Yeah.
Shahin Marty
Good.
says, "Seed me up, baby."
love it.
He got that membership.
Yep. Lorraine Kemp said, "Seedsman was our best."
Thank you. Thank you, Lorraine.
Sam Curtis, who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Why would
that prick?
Why would you use Dwayne's nickname for him?
Yeah, fridge magnet. Fuck it.
Oh,
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Him and Eddie Maguire just should not be allowed in the same room
Yes.
together. Like, I
I
just.
think, they potentiate each other, but to be honest, I'd prefer Eddie Maguire over Dwayne. I actually think Eddie Maguire,
He was all right.
by himself, especially on Triple M, he calls games pretty well.
Yeah.
Whereas Dwayne's just like, belly of the ball.
Three
Rolls
more.
it.
Yeah.
Three more. Tracy Loveridge says, "Seeds best, Lynch second, Keys third." Dustin Finch, "Seeds was our best, strong, can hold his head high against probably the best 1-2 ruck combo going around. Fogg had one of his better games and good to see a 4-quarter effort from him. Butts was good, bounced back well and probably won their battle. Ned, Harry and Chase, solid again." And last but not least, Cameron Scharnberg, "We were competitive for 3 quarters but overcome in the end. Seaman, the obvious best on ground, but I couldn't help but be impressed with McHenry's game. The kid works so hard and he's starting to set up plays. That coast-to-coast goal wouldn't have happened without him."
True.
Isaac Wiles says, "Fogg never gets dropped again until he does."
Wow.
That's
groundbreaking.
That's some hard-hitting analysis right there. He doesn't get dropped until he does.
That's generally how it works.
That's how it is. And over to Positivity Loud over on Twitter.
The inferior platform.
We've got a Frampton apologist at Comrade Cluzzy who says, "Good effort considering the circumstances, especially with poor Easy going down so early. It will be Easy. Himmelberg.
Oh.
The big E. It will be interesting to see who replaces him."
That Frampton apologist loves Himmelberg, which is weird because
He's an apologist for
Frampton with
yeah.
Himmelberg. Yeah, they sent it.
There's some cognitive dissonance going
Yeah,
on
a
there.
little bit. They sent a complaint through to our Twitter about me. I'm very sorry.
I did. You were just sitting there with your can of baked beans.
I know. Just, I don't know. I don't know what to do with that.
We need to find that complaint.
Anyway, sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Dan Murphy at Dan Murphy ADL who says, "Won so many key indicators, the difference really is polish. Will come good. Just need to make sure most of our extremely limited. We just need to make the most of our extremely limited opportunities." Junior. A shout out to the Polish as well for giving us some Pfizer vaccine. Evil Homer says, "I am _evil_Homer," who says, "Agreed. Polish and composure with ball in hand. As Filthy gets bigger and stronger, he starts to halve or win most dump kicks down the line or in inside 50s, which negates that intercept mark."
Well, the point is we don't want any dump kicks.
Yeah, we don't want dump kicks.
Yeah, big problem when all your balls are going high.
Yeah.
And the defender's sitting there going, "Do you know what? This is my bread and butter. I'm known for my marking. I'm just going to."
It's like
Jump in
07
here.
Craig.
Yeah.
We're just going to loop it up and hope Sarge gets it.
You see the first couple of entries we had were all direct and low, and they hit Himmelberg did his hamstring trying to dive for one, and then Fogarty's
it's
taken
gonna
it out in front like this, and it's like, just keep doing that. They can't do anything when you do that.
Nixie, you hear that?
Oh, by the way, did you guys get that email saying select your best 22 for the 30 years?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the 18 nuggets and the chips for $8.
I mean, that was also pretty exciting.
Shout out Crows. We've already done that in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah.
And then
Go
we did
with
the
it.
all-time worst 22, and then Brody Martin wrote in and says, "Fuck you guys."
Good times.
Here's the thing. I just saw a thing saying pick your best 22. I said, finally, the app's here. Matty Nix is going to have to listen to us now. Here we go.
I still reckon they should have the worm as well.
Yeah.
Like in the old political debates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's
Love
right.
that.
We got Richard McKinnon at Richie McRicho who says, "Does McAdam have any open market value? Might be best if having a clean out to get him off the books ASAP, even if it costs us part of his salary."
Did you say McAdam?
Yes. Wooden spoon team with spots up for grabs and looks miles off it.
I don't think he looked miles off it, to be honest.
He kicked 2. He was.
One of those was all Fogg's play, though.
That's very true.
I think it's very hard being a small forward when you're like one
The
of your
delivery shit.
that and
He's not
when,
worth a packet of chips.
that and when Himmelberg goes down and he's the one that's really supposed to be the target up there for you to crumb off of. I think it's a bit hard. Like McAdams was basically just trying to play as a lead up forward, which is not what McAdam is.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that take, but you get a like anyway.
I mean, Carlton wanted him a few years ago. Like, surely we just, hey, look, he's got experience now.
Well, Carlton wanted bloody McGovern as well. So.
Also, if you'd like to
That
tweet
works
at
out well.
Elodie, her new account name is at McAdam Apologist.
What do you think about McAdam?
Yeah, cream.
Average.
Okay.
All right.
Good take.
I said it the other day. He's 26 years old. And
Okay.
and he can't lock down a spot in the ones. Like he didn't do anything in the SANFL to deserve this call up.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Yeah.
they reasoned that he got called up over, say, Fisher Mack, who, like,
Or James Rowe.
yeah, Rowe was doing all right as well. Played him as a midfielder, 35 disposals.
I was going to say we'll get to that because
There's a little bit
Couple
there-
of big games.
There was a play that you want to talk about, I reckon, from a certain player.
I think there's
who
even
played for the
there's
Crows
even a dot point
in
on
this
James Rowe
Yeah.
in this.
But yeah,
Yeah, we're not reading that second part out. Oh, God. Graham Roberts at Graham W. Roberts says, ball movement exceptional at times, butts beaten early by Brown, but won the day. Yeah, there's a lot of B's.
Lot of
there.
Bs.
Shoal good. Strawn battled well against Gawn and Jackson. Seeds outstanding. Lynch connected well. Tick.
Yes.
Yeah. APR 2311 says Ned's best game of the year, needs to find the ball like that on a more consistent basis next year. I really wish Bukaki was back.
Aw.
I thought it was you.
What was it?
I thought this was like a Leighton Sir Swamp thing kind of operation.
Wasn't it the one the other week where it was like stinky underscore minge 69 or something like that?
I thought you were
I thought that was
Bukaki
you.
behind the scenes.
Oh.
Oh.
No, it's not.
No.
Well, in that case, come back.
Phil underscore GOEDS says, I really liked Strawn's game. The issue for him is we have two single position ruckmen, so he will only get a look in if Rob gets injured. Ooh. Wouldn't mind seeing Rob rest up forward and play the two rucks. Now, if he rests up
No,
forward-
no,
hang on.
thank you.
Okay,
That's
Phil.
literally what he would be doing up forward, laying down.
Having a nap.
I'm going to stand behind the goalpost here, guys. Just let me know when it's my turn.
He's going to go get the goal umpire and swap positions with him. Do you want to be the forward pocket?
Imagine him kicking.
What size shorts are you, mate? Like,
Yeah.
Christy Banish, Christy underscore back. You know, every single time I see Christy back, I always feel hungry. I feel like a Danish. Like an
Yeah,
apple
I feel
bake.
that.
I feel like pastries.
Because when she was trying to like tell us how to say her last name, she
That's
was
right.
like, "Oh, it's like Danish," and now it's just
Yeah,
all
I'm
I can
just
think
like,
about. Oh, good God, Danish.
Damn straight. A decent effort against topside. Early misses in front of goal cost us. Seeds, Ned, Butts, Sloan in my best. Expect more from Fogg and Filthy next year. Sophie underscore Damon, Patreon and friend of the pod says, didn't see much of the game, but although we're near the bottom of the ladder, this year's felt quite different to last year. A lot of promising signs for next season, and I feel like we're going better than, say, Carlton. Crazy emoji face. I don't know how to do that one.
Sophie's the sock girl, right?
She is a sock girl.
Oh.
Oh, you're the sock girl tonight too, aren't you? You're wearing some Japanese operating ones.
Japanese.
You got them from the Paran markets.
Yeah. Japanese
yes.
Sunday market socks.
They're super kawaii.
they stop those blisters from going car, stall, car, stall.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me back it up because I can't reverse. Pick up some more guns in the draft and bring on 2022. Fist emoji. Can you reverse?
Love that. Can I reverse? Yes.
Yeah, good. All right. John McKeon says, shout out to Ball Ace, played ruck most of the game in the SANFL. Well, we're talking about the wrong game, mate. Undersized against Redden in height and mass, but from what I saw, he jumped all day. Well, that's good. When you're
Jumped all day.
What are we talking about? Redden?
Yeah. Shout out to Ball
For the
Ace.
Eagles.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of jumping.
Is he the big hefty bloke? Like, there's a hefty bloke running around in the Sandfield that I'm like, dude, you look like a Resi's player.
We'd love a good lift.
Yeah,
Thinking
like,
of
you are doing so well out
Like
here.
Sam Boulderstone
Boulderstone
was.
Yeah,
at the
Norwood,
very
yeah.
end, yeah.
Oh, what was his name? He played for the Eagles for a few years. Wonky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He was, oh, man. My dad gave him so much
A
shit.
rig.
So there was a guy called Boulderstone and he was just like stocky as.
Yep.
His
Yep.
name is literally Rock.
He had,
Twice.
he had,
Boulderstone.
he had a pot belly by the end of it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
He was the best ruckman Norwood's ever had.
He was ready for Christmas 5 months early.
Oh, we got Jack Diogo who says the irritation is when we're learning is when the learning isn't on show. We lost last week because we kicked too often to an unopposed defender in Aaliyah, then repeated this mistake to Lever and Smith. Fucking dog. Also in two inside 50s in the third quarter to Fog, one lost because kick not to advantage, the other one because kick to advantage. He made some massacres of the English language to fit that into one tweet. Okay. Cameron Pickering says, interesting to chat about if we were better before or after. Elliot Himmelberg, he just wrote went down. Not saying he is an issue. I'm a fan. However, could be an insight into how our forward line should/could operate.
Interesting.
Benjamin Short says better than expected. Trevor Palauskas says some of linking chains were excellent. McHenry getting better and better. Josh Gill, not related to Nick. I didn't watch it. Who stood Fritch? Do you want me to tell him? I'll say leave it.
Good.
Done. And that's it for Twitter.
Excellent.
And last but not least, Instagram. I just want to give a shout out to, there was a Instagram, someone messaged our page and said the following. I love everything about the Crows, but boy, oh boy, I hate the Crom. It makes us sound so shit and not important. I hate it, and I've got a lot of people on board and with me. The Crow shed is coming. I just replied, hello, good for you, go Crom. And then I just put out a thing just asking people to send in their thoughts about the game. And what did we get? Apologies. We had a little bit of people just in support of the Crom. So we've got KJ_Scoops who says, is Dwayne our punishment until we make finals again? Yes.
God, that's me. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello. Hi. I should take a photo and just be like, yes. Tori Louise May always says, bring Hamill back. Calm down.
He had concussion.
Concussion.
Just bring him back.
Just bring him, put him in.
Why not? He's brain dead on the field, but that's fine. Like, so is Jake Kelly.
Jack Garner who says, can I get a go Crom for the Crom Army on TikTok? Okay, Cream, you ready? I'm going to record you saying it.
What? Go Crom?
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, once he's recording.
For the Crom Army on TikTok.
Shout out for the Crom Army.
Yeah.
Ooh. There's an army?
There's an army.
Get around the army and get around the Crom. Go Crom.
That was beautiful. Seamless.
Shared. All right. Next up, SANFL.
I've still got more.
Oh, sorry. Okay. In the Magoos, Eagles 17-13, 115 defeated the Crows 8-50.
Mm-hmm.
At least we kicked straight.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we need to kick more.
All the Crows rejects kicked goals, which was annoying. They probably almost outscored us on their own. Between Stengel kicked 3-3. Menzel kicked a couple. Riley Knight kicked one.
Yeah. Yeah, that would do it.
You dog.
Yeah, it was close. Now, I've got a dot point here. Is James Rowe taking peptides in the twos?
Allegedly.
Benny, have you got his stat line there?
Yeah, just a lazy 35 touches, 22 kicks, 10 marks, 13 handballs, 4 tackles, 6 clearances, and 3 free kicks, either for or against. I couldn't tell you which one.
Getting a bit of a Frampton vibe from him, you know?
Bit of it.
Good sample player.
Did Frampton
Maybe
play
not
this
good.
weekend?
No, it was a travelling emergency. So he was sitting in the stands watching Himmelberg go down going, well, this
That's
is my
my
chance.
spot.
Could have been.
3 goals for Lockie Gollan,
Gollan, yep.
which takes it to 7 from the last 2 games. And I think he kicked those 3 goals from 7 touches.
He's got to come in for Murphy, doesn't he?
Well, you'd think so.
Murphy's got to do stock take. So
Let's be honest. I don't think there's any way we can. I don't know what Collingwood's percentage is, but I don't think there's
80,
any.
they're at 87 and we're 80.
Yeah,
So
no,
we're quite a way behind.
Yeah, so there's not. We can't move.
But Gold Coast Suns are only points and a little bit of percentage above us. So if they lose by a lot and we win
No, they're a game ahead of Collingwood. They're 2 games ahead of us.
Nah, I think we can jump them as well.
Are
Hang
you
on.
sure? I don't think so.
Suns 28, Magpies 24, Crows 24. So if we win, let me just check their
If we win by more,
percentage.
What's Suns' percentage?
Just pulling it up now because it got cut off the edge.
So we win game plus 4 points.
oh,
They
Gold
lose
Coast
game,
sit.
no points.
Gold Coast sit on 80% and we're 79.2. So we could very easily jump them.
Okay.
And Gold Coast play. Just with the paper sitting right
this is
in
going
front
to
of
be
me.
like
Sydney.
If we're up against North, it's going to be like the scene in The Incredibles where the kid's like running way ahead or something and they're telling him to slow down because he's using his suit. It's like, win by a little bit.
See, I want to play all the kids this week. I want to play New Church this week. I want to play Lockie Gollant this week. I want to play
David McKay this week.
James Borlace this week.
I absolutely would love to get the big Borlace in.
What about the Tom Lynch testimonial?
Does he get? He has to get one more.
Yeah, sure.
He has to get a send-off game. We love. Tom
if
Lynch.
Talia doesn't, come on. I'd like Talia more than Lynch.
He's injured though, isn't he?
Yeah, just rest him up forward with Rob. Who cares?
Put him in the back of a Kluger.
Apparently he's out with ego awareness.
Allegedly. So who do we think is going to drop out of our side and who's going to come in?
Well, you've mentioned, Sam, already about Murphy.
Yeah, I just think the ankle injury he had earlier this year. Yeah, he came back guns blazing in the twos, and then he had 1 week in the senior side, and he hurt his ankle again, and he looked a bit proppy. I'm like, mate,
he did have a bit of a gimpy look about him.
Yeah, just rest, just rest him. Like,
Hey, look, you look gimpy.
Yeah. You gimpy looking patat.
Get back to Cromania.
does Murphy still have a job if we move to Brompton?
Yeah.
Cromania 2.0. Remember when they had the Crows store in the city? And it was just some
Region
Yeah.
Arcade.
some bemused 19-year-old who was sitting and just like, just look. All right.
That wasn't Murphy.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't Murphy. Trust me, I think.
I still remember going in there just after Dangerfield left, and there was a whole shelf just full of Dangerfield stuff, and it was all reduced to 50 cents. Good times.
At least it was being sold there, not like Lever who dumped it. So, anyway, Cream, what's up next, my man?
I just want to touch on James Borlace before I go. I did say
Where are you going?
Before I move on, I did say I wanted him to come in this week. That's because he played in the ruck in the absence of Strawn, who was obviously up in the ones. He had 22 touches, including 12 kicks, 10 marks, 2 contested, 2 tackles, 23 hitouts, 2 clearances, and 3 inside 50s.
That's a nice stat one.
That's a good game.
That's a good game.
Is he a ruckman or is he
key defender.
Not really.
Yeah, I think he's 198 or something.
He's just a big boy.
So not quite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is our backup ruckman?
Borlace.
He'll work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Filthy.
Cool. Yeah.
Frampton.
Apparently they had
Walker.
Borlace, they started him back, then they pushed him forward, and then they had him in the middle because they're like, who do we chop him out with? We've got no one.
Yes.
Just James Rowe in the ruck as well, 35 disposals.
Yeah, why not?
Unless Caleb Daniel was sitting on the sidelines watching.
I was going to say, what were your thoughts on New Church's highlights with his 110 running bounces? And then Mackesy making very hard work of that goal.
I don't think Tariq New Church's attacking play has ever been questioned. I think it's just always been his defensive ability.
Yeah.
But like I said,
So what were your thoughts about the highlight?
Answer the question.
Obviously, I liked it.
It's good.
But
Yeah,
in saying that, that's what we need in the team. We need leg speed. So, and I don't think there's any danger, there's anything bad to come of playing him against North Melbourne.
No.
Fair enough.
Just play the kids.
I remember earlier in the year, there was a video of Maurice Rioli Jr. doing the same thing, less bounces. So, obviously.
He started on the wing when he did his.
Yeah, New Church, obviously a lot
Typical
better.
VFL.
Of
players.
course.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing that you see and you go, yeah, that's what you need. You need someone who can break those lines because there's a few times where we've gotten the ball up, but no one's forward. It's like, well, we've got an empty goal square. No one's kicking
Where's
it.
Murphy?
Yeah, no one's kicking from 70 metres out, but we've got no one running that gap. And it's gotten us for the past couple of years. It's why we said we didn't need Brad and Matt Crouch because both of them were slow in the midfield.
There's just something as well, like that highlight, if you haven't seen it, check it out. There's just something about someone dashing through the middle of the ground that looks so much better than them running along a wing.
Gliding.
Just split in the middle and just
Splitting.
He doesn't even look at the Eagles players. He's like, I know exactly how to run to avoid you. And all it is just slightly sideways.
Yeah.
And off I go.
Good awareness. Yeah.
He also kicked a good goal. If
He
you
did.
haven't seen that, that was fantastic.
There's
Peter,
lots
you're
of
fucked.
ASMR coming from that direction. Just whispering
now
into the mic.
Let's talk about Talia and Lynch because that obviously broke last week.
What happened? Did they die too?
No, but they might die shortly. At least, no. Their Crows careers will.
Is that a threat?
No, their Crows careers will. They will not be offered a contract for next year.
Correct. And that was officially announced by the club last week.
Yep.
Yes.
Just 12. That might have been less than 12 hours after I said that I wanted Lynch to get offered another contract.
Literally the next morning.
But no word on McKay.
That's
so
how
we're still
well.
going.
Yes,
McKay 250.
I'm telling you, I want McKay to get another year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. You can tick yourself.
Thank you. Thoughts on? I don't really care about Talia, to be honest, but thoughts on Lynch?
Ben.
Yeah, I thought he deserved another year for the contract. Obviously, came back from the injury earlier in the year and has probably been one of our best since then. So probably a little bit stiff, but yeah, not
Do you
too
think
sure.
this is the club's way of saying that they're still pissed off at the fact that he wasn't ready in Launceston?
I actually think he's going to be AFLW assistant coach or something. He was coaching them in the off season
Yeah.
or assisting with it. So that's probably where his role's going to be.
So you don't think he's going to chase down another club?
I don't think so.
I want to see him
reckon
go
he
to
will.
Richmond, double Tom Lynch.
I don't know. With how slow he was getting ready as injury sub, he's still probably gearing up for the Tasmanian team, you know?
Yeah.
He's just stuck in the change rooms.
I need to see what the middle names are for the Tom Lynches just to see.
Tom J and Tom T.
Yeah.
I don't know what the initials are.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Go to
I
Richmond.
bet the
Tom.
Richmonds one is like Jeremiah, something like that.
Jebediah.
I remember when the other Tom Lynch first went to Richmond, and there was that whole thing about there was some satire thing that posted, they accidentally traded for the wrong Tom Lynch, but everyone believed it for so long.
Well, that was Westlake's Journal.
Oh,
They just
so
like
yeah.
that. Yeah,
There was
yeah.
so many angry comments on it, and people posting about
How
it. being
dare
like,
he
I can't
leave
believe
us
this.
after
And
he's
it's
shown him loyalty?
Seriously.
And it's like, well, they're right, but they're
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. So, saying that, Cream, you said you don't care about Talia, so you think that that's the right decision
Yes.
with Talia? Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you care about Talia? What's he done to you?
As far as Talia goes, he clearly hasn't played all year. He's getting to 30 years old. What would we do? Offer him a year? 2? He's had injury concerns the last 2 years now. So, I mean, what, are we going to sign him in the hope that someone wants to trade for him and we get something for him?
I hope he goes with some Bulldogs.
They beat him up. Now you got the better, brother.
Oh, my back.
Daniel Talia, gone missing, age 30.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just very much, I don't know where he went.
Can we sign Michael up in that instance? And we just get a bit of info.
Just be like, now we know your game plan again.
Who was the mob boss who was like buried under a stadium or something in America?
Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Like Daniel
So he's
Talia.
going to Hoffa.
Yeah. Daniel Talia buried under Mars Stadium.
Wow, this has gone really dark with Talia.
In breaking news, today's Sheffield Shield game won't be played at Mars Stadium. Corpse under the pitch.
Man, this got dark.
All right.
Let's move on.
Honestly, I would have kept. I mean, Butts has done such a good job that we don't need Talia to develop him anymore. But at the same time, Lynch the last couple of seasons as well. Like, if I had to pick a 2, Lynch has been out with like virus, just a small niggle that's grown to be a big thing multiple times. I mean, this year, toe, it's a bit sore. Now it needs surgery. Recovery's a bit slow and all that. Talia, up until last year where he was apparently playing every game, sore or injured, played about 20 games a season, So I think Lynch was sort of in the same boat where he's always just, he's how old and he's only played like 180 games or something. He didn't even reach.
He's almost 30.
Yeah.
If not 30.
Yeah.
It could be.
I don't think he's cracked 200 yet. So it's kind of like that shows you his injury history. And it's not like Seedsman, who's 28 and just kept getting dropped from Collingwood because him and the coach didn't get along and all that. It's, he's been out because he's been injured.
Like we said last week, the difference between them and McKay is McKay just never misses games. Ever. And whenever you need him, he's there.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just waiting.
Consistent,
He's waiting by the
reliable
phone.
McKay.
Yeah, mate, I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Do you reckon he's got a rotary phone? He's the only one on the team that has a landline.
Whereas, yeah, you call Tom Lynch and he's like, oh, yeah, just let me strap up every part of my body. I'll be there in 8 hours. Like,
See, someone raised a point when they first brought in the Medi-Sub, like if they brought that in a year earlier, Justin Westhoff would have kept going because he's the kind of player you put anywhere.
Yeah.
Aside from the ruck, David McKay, I would put him in the ruck because why not? 250, mate, where do you want to play? Okay, no problem. But yeah, like you can put him on any line. He's played as a lockdown defender. He's played as a half forward or a small forward. You know, he's gone on the wing. He can be anywhere. Just Medi-Sub him the entire year. If he plays, he plays. If he doesn't play,
Just carry him.
No problem.
yeah, do a Mark Murphy on him. Get him to 300.
Yeah, and then they shit the bed.
Perfect.
Oh, he started so well, and then just like Carlton just sunk.
Yeah. I was looking at the first score. I was like, Murphy has 8 touches. Where the fuck has this been the rest of the year?
And then he finished with
Where's it been
8
the
touches.
rest of his career as well? Yes.
Yeah.
AFL Women's 18 teams from next year. Crean, tell me more.
There's going to be 18 teams from next year.
Poured in, Hawthorn in with obviously our premiership coach.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's true.
Can't
Interesting.
remember her name.
I heard her come out and say no player is off limits, obviously. They're probably going to go for some marquee players off straight out the gate. So it's going to be interesting to see if she can get any of the Crows girls over to Hawthorn. Obviously, Ebony Marinoff was talked about going to St Kilda this off-season. So who knows? Hawthorn may try and throw the kitchen sink at her when they start up.
See, I think it might be one of the younger ones because you've got so many young midfielders coming in behind like Hatchard, Marinoff and Phillips. And I don't see any of them beating them for a position at the moment. So it might be someone just starved of opportunity going, do you know what? I'm going to go over there and maybe come back later once you guys, retire some other people.
I reckon the factor that will play into this is the whole COVID lockdowns and everything else like that. Do you want to move over there if you're part-time?
Yeah, not be able to come back.
Correct.
That's it.
That's why the number 1 draft pick was like, they're like, oh, probably staying in Melbourne because she lives in Melbourne. But then they're like, oh, we can get you a house and a job up here if you want. And Gold Coast were like, yeah, we'll take you, no problem.
Come on up.
But yeah, the thing is that it is going, obviously, at least for a few years, it's going to dilute the competition a lot, like those sort of fringe players that you were talking about that might jump clubs. It's like those ones on the edge. It's really going to, I think the quality is going to drop a bit for a few years, but then it'll pick back up as, as girls develop. And obviously it's more like it's a bigger development program now. So it might be a challenging few years, but it'll be good. You reckon?
So, I agree. So Port's one of those teams coming in.
Apparently making history. Like being the second team to enter a competition.
Are you going to have a game in China for the women's as well? Or?
How many premierships has the women's Port team won?
30, 38.
Yeah, okay.
So let's go around the table. I want answers from you guys. What happens first? Port Adelaide women win a premiership or the AFL finally gives Tasmania its own team?
Tasmania.
Pete? Yep,
Tasmania.
Ben?
Probably the Port AFLW. They'll probably steal some players, and obviously it'd be a lesser pool from South Australia for us. So I hope they're not, but surely.
I reckon Tasmania. They've already threatened the AFL that you're not having games here until we get our own team, and we don't want
to rent a team.
Yeah, we don't want to be given a team. We don't want North Melbourne with fuck all fans.
Yeah, don't give us that rabble.
We've already got more fans for a Tasmania
we don't
team
join
North
your
Tasmanians.
chorus.
Like I reckon
we ain't singing it one and all, you dogs.
Yeah, the Tassie Bullfrogs coming first.
Yeah.
Bullfrogs. Love it. Elodie.
I think the Port AFLW team will move to Tasmania.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Thank you.
I think Tassie.
Okay. That was a lovely discussion point.
Next up, today it came out that clubs were told yesterday they're scrapping the bye before finals. Oof. What do we think?
Who gives a shit? We're not playing.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares?
I've hated the mid-season bye since it first came around, and I just cannot stand getting Carlton and North Melbourne as a Friday night game. Can't they get rid of that one before they get rid of finals bye?
It's nothing better than BT really trying to amp it up. Someone's getting obliterated.
Oh, man, no one scored anything for the first 3 quarters of the game. Oh, it's going to get exciting, though.
This is a close one, guys. 3 goals 12 to 4 goals 6.
Crows need
Strap
to go.
yourselves in. I think
I mean, the reasoning behind it's pretty good though. Like, if they need to quarantine before any of the weeks of finals, hey, we've got a week to do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't particularly like what they're looking at doing it before the prelim. So what that means, some clubs will have 2 weeks off. Like the clubs that win the qualifying finals will have 2 weeks off. It seems a bit excessive.
We do what the Crows did in 2017 and just go to the Gold Coast. And Rory gets his appendix out. Yeah. Good times.
All right. Then next up, there's a dot point I haven't put on there.
Yes.
Take it away.
Just some news I remembered hearing during the day.
Real estate news.
Real estate. Obviously a high-profile South Australia and elsewhere. Jack Lukosius has last week bought a $1.4 million home in Grange near West Lakes. Obviously contracted until the end of 2022, but does that open the door potentially for a move back next year?
No.
Could mean nothing at all, but it could.
I reckon it could be a part of he's just getting into the market because it's a bit of an up and down market out west.
That's very true.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, I don't read too much into it because he could just be buying an investment property.
Yeah.
Could be a completely different Jack Lukosius. Could be some other bloke called Jack Lukosius. Like, why are there
James
cameras
Lukosius,
out here?
what are you going like, Jack?
I do like he's getting into the market with like, what, a $1.2 million.
He's a
Starting off
62-year-old
small.
with moccasins.
Why is BT here and why is he in my bathroom?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of all of those, like the rumors that come out about those sorts of things. I think that was one that Rory Sloane had bought a house in Melbourne.
Yes.
When he was rumored to go over there and all that stuff. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
man.
read too much into it.
I remember
but
before he signed that contract extension and they were like, his wife has already packed the bags. Say goodbye to him, Crows fans. And the day later, by the way, guess who's staying here for life?
He
It's Rory
signed for
Sloane.
5 years.
Do you know that Beryl Sloane? She put up a photo and it was literally, she said someone walked by her house and saw me loading bags in the back of that because they were going on holiday.
Yeah.
And someone said, oh my God, they're leaving.
It's not,
I wasn't packing the kettle.
it's not like they saw him down at Wingfield throwing all his stuff out. Jack, like, you snake.
I remember 2016 or 17, I saw Brad and Matt Crouch down at Henley Beach. And I put a thing up on the Nuffy forum, Adelaide Crows private forum, and just said, I saw Matt and Brad Crouch heading west. Like as I was going west and everything. And someone actually put up saying, oh, they're going to Fremantle. So, go on. Anyway.
Next up, I did tell Pete to put together a 30-second montage. So hopefully he inserts that
Of what?
right about.
Of what?
meetings on air.
Maybe you should read the group chat,
What's in the group
the
chat?
main chat.
What have you said? Let me have a look at the group chat right now.
But hopefully,
Hey, Peter, I know it may be difficult, but I wanted to spend a few minutes tonight with a discussion about Eddie. What are the chances of putting together a 30-second montage of commentary and inserting it into the pod? None.
okay, well, Peter's not going to put it in here, but
Moving on.
I'll just give him an applause.
Are you giving me the applause or Eddie?
No, not you. Fuck you.
Good job on the montage, Pete.
But congratulations to Eddie Betts.
Thanks,
Obviously did a lot for this footy club and was the main source of entertainment for what? 4 years, 5 years? He was here?
6?
20, I mean,
2014,
14.
2019.
Yeah.
last 2
5.
years, maybe not so much, but
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
last couple, not really, but
What was your favourite memory, Elodie?
My favourite memory of Eddie Betts. I'm not patting. I don't really have a specific memory. There's just like a lot of memories all rolled into one. Wasn't it just the same thing all the time? Like it would just
Post those goals of the year, forward pressure.
Exactly.
They just did the same shit every week.
it's a banana from the pocket. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Like, what do you want?
he did some stuff, did some good things.
That's not even your pocket, Eddie.
Yeah.
No,
Goal
I
of the year's
just,
lost meaning now. It's
I just mean he did it all the time, and it was great.
torp?
It was great.
I'd kick
What?
that
Torp?
on the left. A torp on the left from the corner of the boundary. I do that 6 times a week.
Exactly. It just got old after a while.
Before I get out of
Oh, my
bed,
God.
I have to be able to torp it from 50 before I even get out. What are you doing, Eddie?
No, he's a good boy. I liked
Jesus.
I liked
That could be understatement of the year.
do you remember when those people... Do you remember when those-
350 games. He was all right.
It was good. Remember when there was the shirts and everyone wore the shirts in Eddie's pocket and then and it was like a whole bay of Eddie. Yeah, there you go. That's a good memory.
I think I've still got one of those shirts.
That was the only piece of coordinated merchandise that actually worked from the club.
Hey, well, what do you mean our coloured hats in base didn't work?
Exactly. The coloured hats cracked me up because you can always tell at some barrels just, I've been wearing this one since 1991. Then they'd write into the club because I got the different colour. They'd want to move seats.
In all seriousness, I think he did more for the game off field.
Yep.
Anyway,
Great.
but yeah, I think towards the end of his time at the Crows, he used to annoy me a bit because he was not very good.
He kept trying to
But it
mark
was,
it.
yeah,
And he kept
I know.
missing.
And it's like, yeah, and he kept trying to mark it 30 out straight in front. No one wants to see that from me.
Oh, his last season at the Crows, I just called him a tease the entire time because
Yeah.
you'd see him do a big mark in the
Oh,
goal
yeah,
square
he
over
gave-
Sam Jacobs pre-season, and I'm like,
That's
where,
right.
where is it? Where is this in the game,
Yeah.
Eddie?
He gave me blue balls a lot towards the end.
Kareem, what's your favourite memory?
First things first.
Not having blue balls, apparently.
The release.
First things first. Hopefully, he can take over from Adam Goods now, as the face of Indigenous.
Past players.
Because
Can there only be one?
because to be honest, you see how passionate he is. If you didn't see on AFL 360 last week, and how passionate he was defending racism, which he's done non-stop for the last 3 or 4 years, he would be the perfect face. He's respected by everybody. So hopefully he can invest a lot of time and effort into that. But for me, my favourite memory would be...
God, that was a lot of padding. Get on with it.
Yeah, not so easy, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not that easy. There are a lot of things that he did. I don't know. I guess that the year that he kicked the 76 goals in the year as a small forward is just on its own. That won't happen again.
And what year was that?
Yeah.
17. I reckon.
2017?
Yeah.
A year-long memory, wow.
I don't even
big
think
memory.
the Coleman medal winner this year is going to crack 60,
No, it's not because
Just stop
Mackay's on.
rescuing him. Let him
Mackay's on 58 and no one's catching Mackay. But I know Eddie may not have got individual success, but in my eyes, he's better than Cyril Rioli, even though Cyril Rioli got it. And I think he'll go down as one of the best 5 small forwards ever to play.
Cool.
Whole lot of padding.
Jesus. That was a scenic route. Oh, my God. 2016 goal of the year. I was there for that.
So
Right in line.
GWS one?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Fan-bloody-tastic.
that was
Good
going to
one,
be
Pete.
mine, but I'll change it to his goal.
You
in
know
his
what?
300th.
You know what I'll change it to? 2019 against Richmond, where he snapped that goal and he went to Sydney Snack and just shrugged. Pretty bloody good. Was that your other
Yeah,
one?
that's a good one.
Yeah, that
Yes,
one or the
yes,
goal
shit.
against Port in the pocket.
Oh,
There's too many of them.
they all roll into
Just
one.
what I was saying.
Just like one big candle. And how much are they?
Will you give me a
$9.95.
discount if I buy you 3?
$2.15. It's best
Done.
I can do.
Half price on the second candle. That's a fucking bargain, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God.
Nah, personally for me, his goal of the year in his 300th game.
Yep, against Gold
Gold
Coast.
Coast.
I was there, but I had to watch it in the replays because I was there with my girlfriend. Hi, Maddie. How are you going? And she goes, "Oh, what play is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's..." And then he kicked the goal. And I was like,
Oh, no.
"No,
You're joking.
And she saw it and she's like, "Oh, that was fantastic." I was like,
I'm going home.
Anyway, goal of the year, Eddie Betts Award. Now on.
Maddie, you're killing me. Next up, what do we got? Beryl and Cecil. Who's got it?
Oh, I've got that one.
Okay.
Now, last week you may have heard the thing that we talked about where we weren't going to talk about the Taylor Walker situation. Now, we're not going to talk about that tonight, but I need to... No. We're not going to talk about that tonight, but we're talking about the absolute idiot Beryl and Cecil, and I'm pointing him out. There's some horribly racist fans at our club, and I've actually tweeted about this and just pointed them out because they're all over, and to be honest, they have no idea how to be decent human beings, in all honesty. And here's some examples. And I'm not going to say their names, but I'll tell you what, I'm actually drained by dealing with this sort of stupidity. For example, Beryl says, if Tex is out, a lot of our current supporters will be out too. The guy spent his whole life holding the club together with unblemished record, and you're destroying him over this. So many have done much worse. Maybe as CEO, if your players are not educated enough about racism, you should take responsibility and step down instead. 3 exclamation marks, angry emoji. Now, you know what pisses me off about this is the fact that there's 137 people that like that. And this was on the official Crows Facebook page. Now, the Crows Facebook people, they do a fantastic job. And Kyron Turner, who used to be there, but he's now moved on to Brisbane Broncos, and the team that's there now do a fantastic job. But I tell you what, it does their head in that they've got to see fans like this who are just being horribly racist and just can't understand what's going on. Next one is the club just got what it deserved after hanging Walker out. I'm just pissed they didn't get thumped by more. I have lost my passion for this club with how they have treated Walker and will never be a member again. Cool, that means an extra seat for us.
Catch you later.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We've got Dot, who says, why is it okay for some Indigenous people can call us white B-word and white dogs, and that is okay? Yeah, that doesn't justify it, you idiot. We've got Beverly, who says, everyone gets mad at footy when someone punches someone in the stomach when playing, so why don't everyone just forgive and get over it? Harden the hell up. I guess it works both ways. The white people get called a lot of names which are racist names as well. Do you hear them cry about it? No.
Is that just the epitome of Beryl and Cecil right there? Beverly and Dot.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. It's there's a certain generation, a certain subset of fans, and there's a lot of them that don't fucking understand how to be decent human beings.
You don't hear white people cry about it. I think we just saw white people cry about it all in those comments. And I don't get why people go, oh, well, he plays for the club, therefore I must defend him no matter what he's done. I mean, like I remember going to see games with my dad and uncle when Wayne Carey was playing. And every time Carey came near us, my dad would just give him shit the entire time because he didn't like him as a person. Loved the club, didn't like Carey. Yeah. Still doesn't like Carey. But yeah, like you don't have to defend a player just because he's at your club.
Amen.
That's it. We don't know what these people are. I don't know. David McKay could be a serial killer. We don't know.
Yeah.
You don't just blindly.
Real Dexter vibe about it.
Nah. I reckon he just sits there watching Big Bang Theory and he's off time.
I can see that.
Dave, are you in any danger of hitting the weights this off season? Nah, man. They just released another season of my favourite TV show.
I'm watching season 7 for the 17th time.
Yeah. You've already seen that 15 times. It's been done. But I need to watch it again and again and again.
Mate,
and again and again and again.
You don't mess with routine.
It's like Jimmy Rowe and his stepbrothers. Can't let it go.
Your comment about Darcy Fogarty getting angry over the wrong flavour chips.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. That was so
I think
good.
it was pretty spot on.
And I'm sitting there going, do you know what? I reckon I don't think he'd get angry that he'd start throwing stuff through windows, but I reckon he'd just sort of stand up, leave the room and slam a door behind him.
It'd be a passive aggressive sort of response.
He seems like a real silent treatment type of guy, you know?
He'd just be like, thought I said barbecue. And walk off.
Well,
and you go on Facebook and just say, don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Inbox me.
Yeah.
Ned McHenry. What's wrong, hun?
Yeah. Feeling dejected. Hope you're okay, hun. Lastly, we've got a huge Cecil here who says, hope the official gets sacked. Don't need people like that at the club. Comment in the heat of the moment, not even directed to the actual dirty North Adelaide player punching Crouch behind play.
No, we need more blokes like that at the club. Like every club needs more blokes like that.
Sarcasm. Right. Yeah, good. All right. That's it. So Beryls and Cecils, ship off and stop being racist. And if you want to keep staying at our club, fuck off.
Next up.
Very good.
To the bottom.
I just heard to the bottom.
I was going to say,
to the bottom. You heard it right.
We'll try brown butts, the contest again.
To the bottom.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, the volume's fucked.
No, you keep going down and then up.
Here we go.
To the bottom. I still didn't hear it.
No, right to the bottom. All right.
Can you play it again?
For the fourth and final time.
Don't talk over it.
The race to the bottom. Oh, race to the bottom.
Yeah.
It was on the run sheet. It says race to the bottom.
Okay.
Now that makes sense.
And we lost because it was second last.
We officially lost.
Or what?
No, we had this for a while.
The intro goes longer than the fucking segment.
Yeah, but
we're 17th.
Yeah, we officially cannot make 18th, so we lost, which is good.
I mean, any improvement on last year is good, isn't it?
All right, the only way is up.
But we won't get Jason Horde. That's bad.
Oh, that's bad.
See, that's the problem with finishing 17th. Technically, you could still go down from there. It's not far down, but
yeah. Well,
true.
But no matter what, we've improved from last year.
Yeah, and if we keep climbing one spot every year by 2038 or something, Premiership.
Damn straight.
Done it.
Geez,
Don't
David
make me wait
McKay's
that
knees
long.
would have gone by then, man. Like,
Just.
His
Macca
sons
will
will
be
still be.
back. See, the other thing is it's the inverse of 2017 where we were on top the whole year and then we finished second. And we've been shit all year and then we finished second.
Hey.
In this, right? Because it's inverse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Creamy scores. Where are we? Come on, you dog there.
Hey, Elodie.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Candle Girl.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Johnson potpourri.
Oh, I'd love some potpourri.
Do you know what time it is?
Oh, I don't know. What time is it?
It's time. It's time for Creamy's goals. Oh, yeah. Cream looks very uncomfortable right now.
Stop the music. Stop the music.
Okay. First call. Yes. This is obviously not a groundbreaking call, but David Teague's getting sacked in the next 7 days. If you didn't see that coming.
Groundbreaking. He's done it. He's done it again.
How many goals did
That's left field.
How many goals did Port kick on the weekend unanswered? 19 goals.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you know it was a 119-point turnaround? Legit. So Carlton were up and then Port went on a 119-point run.
I think that was their percentage before the start of the game as well, or something, wasn't it?
Part of me felt sorry for David Teague when I saw him sitting on his own at the end of the game, just looking at the paperwork. But I mean, when you've got players crying,
Was it his contract?
When you've got players actually crying on the bench, like just.
Daddy Teague said naughty words to me.
Just start again.
I honestly don't think it's been his fault. 'Cause
Exactly.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
You look at it like, Cripps, best youngest player to, walk through the door for 2 years and then has just dropped off. You got Sam Walsh and he's dragging the team. He shouldn't be in that position. You bring in high profile recruits and they're walking around like, I've got my money now. I don't need to perform. And it's
The problem is Cripps just took such a beating over like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
He's just a beaten, worn down man.
probably needs
And-
like a season off at this point.
And Walsh is
Get unbeaten.
Walsh is going to be the same unless they get a genuine midfielder because Cripps isn't going to fix himself magically. He's injured every year.
Because he's beaten.
He's a beaten, broken man.
Yeah, it's like Welsh had a pretty big game. He got a whole bunch of touches, but it's like, who do you pass to? Like,
Yeah.
it's when it's just you.
Who else
just
was going to get him?
handball to yourself, kick it into open space, and then run it down and get it again. It's hard. being
Just one,
the
two,
only
mate.
good
I see you're
player.
not working hard enough here. So I'll do it.
Carlton just really need to find a balanced coach. Like, they're
Because David Teague's been beaten too often.
well, he's just not defensive at all. He came from us as a forwards coach, and it's like he can kick, like they can kick a score, but they're bleeding goals.
Bleeding
and,
and beaten.
and I'm sorry, but Lockie Plowman is the worst player in a starting 22 in the league.
Jeez.
You said that about Zach Guthrie the other week.
Yeah,
Just-
I know.
He's not a genuine starter.
But
though,
see,
that's
he's
the
not
thing.
in the starting 22 anymore.
Yeah, okay.
These calls are getting old. Move on.
Jesus Christ!
So you're
this
telling
is
me
scary.
Teague's going to get fired? Holy shit.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
What's next? North finish
Call
bottom?
for advertising.
I don't mind this because I've often thought that Carlton just need, like, they've got some talent across the field.
Their list is not that bad.
All they need is a coach who can actually rev players up. I think last
So
couple
Don Pike's perfect with that. The introvert.
He'll take him on a
absolutely
just
not.
get over it.
I think
I'll have pizza
You
on my
need-
place.
Boys, we're going to the Gold Coast.
you need someone who can give a spray because you look at Teague,
Leon
you look
Cameron.
Oh.
All right, Rossline, final offer.
No, I thought Brad Scott. He's angry. He can get really
He's just
angry.
angry boy.
unhinged.
Yeah.
Next up, I don't think Bombers are going to make the 8. I know I said that they would, but I think Collingwood
So
will
there's 6
beat.
teams that are going to go into 2 positions, and you've said one of them won't.
Let me finish.
This is groundbreaking.
I think Collingwood's going to beat Essendon this weekend.
Yes.
Freo is going to beat St Kilda,
Oh.
and Fremantle will finish in 8th spot.
Freo, they're going to make the late charge.
Heave-ho.
Isn't that percentage like something dumb that should not be in the top 8?
Yes.
I think so.
It is a grand total of 89.
Oof.
Well, that's
See,
bad.
I
That is
reckon
bad.
Essendon will make it and then they'll just proceed to lose another final. and I'll be quite happy.
Yeah.
with
Yeah, they
that.
haven't won a
They
final
do
since
like-
How many days?
2004.
6,300 or something like that. Could you please take Marge Simpson?
They do.
They haven't made it.
Very
Yeah,
true.
cream.
What's the next one? What's the next called cream?
Yeah, cream.
Jesus
I think
Christ.
they're just
What's
cream.
next? Do you
Last
think-
but not least, I think that all the teams are going to end up moving to West Coast to play the entire final series.
That's not a call.
No.
It
That's
is.
gonna happen.
It is.
I'm not big on that one. I reckon we'll score some finals here.
We'll
I don't
score.
think so.
I reckon we'll score a couple of elimination finals. That's all we're gonna get.
I don't think so.
Hey, maybe we'll get to watch Port lose then. Oh, no, they ain't missing the top.
I thought that was going in the direction of all the teams are going to move to Tasmania, and I thought, well, that's it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all
fair
or nothing, really. Just yeah.
I
You
just
can
thought
either have all 18 teams or nothing.
yeah.
I
Final
thought
offer.
he was going to say all teams are going to have a fun time this week, and I was like, yeah.
All teams will either win
I
or
think
lose
so.
or draw.
Also, Melbourne will beat Geelong at GMHBA Stadium and win the minor premiership.
That's.
And have their record amount of wins in a season.
Yes.
It's like picking a $1 favourite, isn't
I
it?
know.
It's-
Melbourne to beat Geelong in Geelong.
They're actually a 210 underdog.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, that's because Geelong suck.
There's where my money's gone this weekend.
All right, cream. What's next?
I wouldn't know. Now I
around
do.
Around the grounds.
Elodie, get the
Ooh,
pictures.
around the grounds. Yes, I've got the pictures.
Any
Do you want
games
me
in
to-
Brisbane this week?
No.
Actually, is.
Here's a picture that I got earlier, cream.
It's Marge Simpson.
Marjorie.
Homie, come to bed. Homie, come to bed.
Oh, we're going off the rails. Elodie.
Yes, hello, around the grounds.
grounds.
All right. We have Friday night. We had the Giants getting up over Richmond, 106-67.
Sucked in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were all very confused on what would happen here because it wasn't obvious either way for the Giants, and they usually go against the grain. But it was kind of like, yeah. So they did it. Tigers suck.
I had GWS 40 plus. Rest in peace.
Oh,
Good for
Oh,
you.
no,
Oh.
39.
oh no.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh.
I
like
think
us.
Toby Green's suspension as well really hurt you there because he shouldn't have been suspended.
No, shouldn't we? Did you say GWS came out and said that Dangerfield should have done more to get him off the suspension? It's kind of like it wasn't really Dangerfield's job. But
Dangerfield did come out and say, I don't think he should be suspended. What
Yeah,
else
what
do you
more
want
do
to
you
do?
want?
I know, I
Represent
thought
him
that
at
was-
a
One
tribunal?
stat that can get signed by JP.
Your Honour, I object. Sir, this is just the reception area.
I have a surprise witness. It is Mr. Dangerfield.
He's here in this pocket. Ellie.
Yes, and then next we have Hawthorn getting up over Western Bulldogs,
What the
64-37.
If it was
What is
not
going on
for
there?
Tasmania, Hawthorn would win the spoon.
Did we see the footage after the game of Sam Mitchell being absolutely nowhere near Alistair Clarkson afterwards?
Ooh.
Pretty funny. They're
Pretty-
just as far away as possible. Sam Mitchell, while they were singing the song, just stood up against the wall to the side, no one nearby.
Oh, they're
This
not
is quite
happy team
comical.
at all.
No.
The last couple of weeks had just shown they've rushed this decision. And I think, I can't remember the
It's
player.
unlike Jeff Kennett to rush decisions. He
Oh,
was very, he
absolutely.
was very level-headed as a premier of Victoria.
Yeah.
Too.
But like they were one of the players in a player meeting, just like all the younger players, like, let's just get Mitchell in now. Like, this is our career. Let's start this. And I can't remember which player it was, but apparently he just stood up and went, you guys are idiots. Show Clarko some respect. Let him finish out his career.
No, fuck that. Let's do it for the TikTok.
Shout out to John Newcomb too.
Oh yeah, it came in as a late in and just absolutely
in the
tore
absence
it up.
of
Yeah.
O'Meara.
Yeah, because they had two late outs and there was like Amira and someone else. Like
Yeah.
half their midfield was
Yeah.
out as late outs, and then Newcomb comes in and just smashes it. Bramble too, who they picked up out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the
fuck.
mid-season
He
draft.
picked him up off Green Hill Road.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
kid, can you kick?
Yeah.
Get in the car.
Do you own a pair of boots? Nah, we'll sort you out. That's fine.
Yeah.
I really rate Hawthorn's young kids they've got coming through, and I think even though Clarko is obviously a very good coach, he does tend to do the like not play the kids thing. So I think it would be good for the kids.
I like that forward they had. I can't remember his name, but he just looks like real small, but he plays real tall.
Dylan Moore.
No, other bloke. That doesn't know.
Mitch
his
Lord.
name. I'll find his name.
Okay.
Paul Poo Opolo. Oh, he's not there anymore, right?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if the Bulldogs are just bad or it'll be Bulldogs versus Port next week. Would be very
Do you
interesting.
reckon the Bulldogs were just foxing just before final?
Yeah.
Putting the Q in the rack.
And then we have Port getting up over Carlton. We've talked a little bit about this, but 140 to 45 and a big schmacking 19 goals unanswered in a row.
So this is the worst loss by any player celebrating their 300.
Yeah, I did see that. That's sad,
bad.
isn't it? Yeah, how bad do you feel for him getting chaired off the ground? Like after that, it's
Bryce
it's
keeps
a
standing
bit-
at the race.
Yeah.
So he just let you down one last time.
The kid I was thinking of is Tyler Brockman. He didn't,
I can't stand him.
he didn't do a lot that
Brockman.
game, but he's
I cannot stand that.
We
he just
love
reminds me
Tyler
of Kent from
Brockman.
The Simpsons.
He reminds me of a yet to be tattooed version of Matt Parker from Richmond.
Going back to Hawthorn, do you know that McAvoy is like the second most accurate goal kicker to get to 100 goals or something like that? He got to 100 goals and it was like 100 goals 20 or something, and it's like the second most accurate after Tory Dixon. Interesting for a ruckman.
I've got money on Rob being the least accurate kick to 100 goals.
I could see that.
It will take him 600 games to get there.
Ben McAvoy has also lost the second largest amount of blood in the time it's taken to kick those goals.
Just behind Joel Selwood.
Yeah.
The most meters of tape strapped around the head of
I was going to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
litres per goals kicked.
It's a good stat. And then we have Geelong getting up over St Kilda after a big start by St Kilda.
Yeah,
It
kick
looked
for
like they were
six.
gonna-
Bad. 25 to 0.
Yeah. So that was 85 to 71 in the end. Yeah, I don't know. Geelong just shit to start with. I think Stewart it's going to be a big out for them.
Yeah,
They
he's done
can't
for the
win
season,
flag.
isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot
So,
win.
You don't think?
No chance.
No,
No.
not without
No.
him.
They're still missing
One
Tui.
player.
They're still missing Tui for 2 to 3 more weeks too.
Yeah, no, that's all right. They'll win. It's fine.
So 2 for 2.
2 for Tui.
Two-wee.
Yes.
That was a shit joke. Elodie.
And then we've got Brisbane getting up over Collingwood, 142 to 57. What'd you think about that, Craig?
Yeah, Cream.
Hot pies?
The first quarter was good.
Collingwood started really, really well.
Yeah, the first quarter was a good effort, and then I don't know, just
Then packed their bags,
Brisbane
went home and
did-
went, we've done enough, made our point.
Brisbane
Yeah.
doing Brisbane things in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Charlie
Basically,
Cameron with a
yeah.
career best.
6 goals, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Another fun
Joe
thing.
Danaher looks really good.
Yeah, I
I'll
was
be honest.
just going to say a fun thing that if he kicks a goal next week, he'll be the first player to kick a goal in every game in the season since he did it like 4 years ago.
We hung a lot of people hung shit on him when he signed the contract because he's getting paid $2.5 million over 3 years, I think. So say 130K a season. I don't know how many goals he's kicked, but he gave a fair few away. Or he's given away a fair few. I'd like to see his goal assists, so he's worth everything.
I've never understood the saying hang shit on someone. Like, how do you hang a poo?
Where are you hanging it
Oh,
from?
you put it in a sausage casing and you just...
Yeah, but that's a lot of
just
work.
kind
That's a lot of handling a scat.
Yeah, just
Like,
throw
how
it.
can't you
Throw
just
it
get
at
the
them.
Grogan and just put it on their shoulder and just be like, yeah, here's my opinion.
Yeah, it should just be throwing shit at
A
someone.
lot of fibre needed.
Yeah.
Let's be
That'll
honest.
be a big push out.
Also,
That's a big
after-
push out, Cream.
Yeah. Also, after Hipwood went down with his knee, blessing in disguise.
I think Danaher plays more as a pure forward now, and that's really helping him. But I also think a lot of it is he didn't want to be at Essendon in the last 2 years he was there. He wanted out, and they said, no, we're keeping you here. And of course, if you're told you have to stay somewhere, he's going with his rehab. Don't really want to be out there on the field. Don't really want to put effort in. Then they go, oh, well, off you go. You can go to Brisbane then. We're not going to match. And he goes, awesome. I've got a reason to play football again. I'm excited. Off we go.
Fair enough.
If I could change this to total rather than average, I could tell you. But he's averaging 2 goals a game and 0.4 goal assists per game. So,
22 by 2 is what, 44 goals?
yeah.
And
Nice.
0.4 by 20 is 8.
Welcome
Wow.
back to the calculator corner over here.
Calculator Cream.
Nailed it. But yes, 40 goals. Let's be honest. I think, apart from Harry McKay, no one else is in the 50s. So he's top
That'd be
5
about-
in the
yeah.
Coleman.
I mean, both Josh Bruce and Walker finished on 48 and season's done for 2 completely different reasons. And, they might finish second and third if people just drop off.
Correct.
All right. And we've got Sydney getting up over North Melbourne, 91 to 77. I'm sure we were all watching this in that last quarter
what a
when North
humdinger.
Melbourne were getting close.
North got to within a kick as well.
They did. Yeah, it was pretty boring game, to be honest. But Sydney I think they were resting Buddy, weren't they? And they had Mills, Lloyd out. Like they had a lot of the, gun players out.
The only leg that I lost in this game was Sydney minus 16.5. And they got up by 14. The Dogs. GWS all over again.
Next
All
up,
right.
the only game that had fans, really.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Which is a weird thing to say about a Gold Coast game. So we've got.
Oh, sorry, I was saying free or West
you're
Coast.
fucked, man.
Oh, the pictures are out of order.
Jeepers. The pictures are in order, actually. You've got Essendon versus Gold Coast. Essendon getting up 98-30 in another pretty boring game.
Fun fact sent in from Shaheen. After that game, apparently Merritt and Parrish need 75 disposals between them to break the record for most disposals in a season by two players from the same team.
Wow. There you go.
If Tom Mitchell can take Collingwood apart year in, year out, I think they can combine for that.
Do the
next
Crouchers
game.
hold the record?
So.
Didn't they break that a couple of years ago?
They hold most
I think they do.
disposals by a set of brothers being the Corns brothers.
Mm.
All right.
And they did it in 2017.
Yeah.
It took held on by the skin of his teeth for his 30. He's on the run at the moment for 30 disposals per game. He's equal with Jack McRae's run earlier this year at the moment. So one more 30 disposal game. He's done it.
Has Jack McRae still gotten 30 disposals in every game this year?
No, I think he missed one.
He lost
Okay.
his streak somewhere around round 15, I think.
Next up,
Next
a
up,
game
the
that
game.
there were fans at.
It's Gold Coast.
For the first
derby.
time in 6 years.
Yeah, Fremantle got up 79-64.
Shout out to all the West Coast supporters crying on all the pages about Sarong's goal. The fact that Chera had the ball 30 centimetres out of bounds before it got to him about 5 seconds earlier.
I think that's happened in every game in the last 2 weeks.
Just respect a good goal. That's going to be goal of the year.
It's
So-
not his fault he kicked it. It's the umpire's fault for not calling it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, exactly.
he's not the cheat.
And all the West Coast supporters are saying, oh, they're going to award it goal of the year, even though it shouldn't have technically counted because the ball went out of bounds. Fuck off.
It was like, was it the 81 against North Melbourne? That first one he kicked where he sort of might have allegedly taken it out of bounds a little bit.
No, actually.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want to see Freo in the. I hope Creamy's calls come true for once because I want to see Freo in the top 8. I think it'd be good for Mundy. You got to love Mundy. He's like at least 100 years old, and he's smashing it still.
I kind of feel for Nat Fyfe. Oh, I'm going to have shoulder surgery. The year's over. What a bust. I'm not needed anymore.
And the whole team's just like, fuck it.
What do you mean you pricks made finals? He'll play with a broken
he'll
leg.
probably come back.
Like he played with a broken leg and a granny, and like they just strapped the whole thing. Here's a couple of pills, mate. Off you go. Like try your best.
I can't talk. Don't get out of here, boy.
All right. Next up, let's go to round 23 predictions.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, they announced the fixture as well. We're playing Sunday afternoon.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yep.
And unlike Sportsbet had today, Geelong and Melbourne aren't playing at the moment. It was on there this morning. It said 7:20 Monday, 16th of August.
Oh.
Would have been a real quick turnaround for Melbourne.
Nice. Yeah.
Did anyone else see the goal of the year voting? The Adelaide Cross.
What?
no.
Like they
Cross v.
just
Crom.
they just spelt our name wrong.
The Adelaide Cross.
Yeah, CROS. Just off we go.
Oh, it's because we can't get the win. Just can't get the W.
Yeah, that was good actually. That was really good for you.
It's good to see the drummer was on that one too. Now, so it's a Sunday afternoon and it means we're going to get fucking Dwayne Russell calling our last game of the year.
It's our punishment. We deserve it.
No one deserves that.
No one deserves it.
Oh, as soon as I heard fridge magnet, I was like, my TV's about to get a fist-sized hole in it. I just can't stand this anymore.
He just, Thrillthorpe Fritz. He just couldn't get either of the names right. Just the whole game.
I think he was just trying to go with nicknames he's heard fans call them. You know, like
Trying to
how
sound
the Carlton
hip.
draft were like, Thrill House, and doing that whole Millhouse thing. And I think he's just gone, it's genius. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I need to bring
I
this
can
in.
be cool too.
Can I put a chaos ball in front of that?
Chaos ball to Fritz. And then I think he's just looked over at the fridge they've had in the studio and gone, oh yeah, It's all coming together. It's just one
Everything's
big day for
coming up,
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Everything's coming up Dwayne House. I heard the kids
Dwayne
say
House.
that one. Now, Cream, who you got, how much, and who's going to be our leading goal kicker?
Okay, Crows are going to win by 32 points. And our leading goal kicker is going to be Darcy Fogarty with 4.
Fogarty. Elodie,
Wow.
who, how much, leading goal kicker?
I'm sitting where Leighton usually would, so I feel this all around a draw right now. But I think I will go with Crows to win by, we'll spank him. Like 55 points.
That's what I was
Spank
thinking.
him. 55? Oh, sorry. We can have the same thoughts, I guess.
That's right. I'll go the draw.
It's always a good backup.
You can just imagine it, couldn't you? Finishing your season off with a draw.
Yeah,
It happened with
it'd be
Port
very,
Richmond
very
a few years ago,
telling.
didn't it? I think in the last game of the year.
Was it a Port
Yeah.
Carlton as well? They did that?
Yeah, I think so.
I swear they did.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Technically, they did it against West Coast as well in 2017, and then we
Ah.
extra time. Sucked in, you bastard.
I'm so sad I was unconscious during that game.
I was on the hill for that game. It was the best thing ever.
I was tequila drunk. I had no idea where I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a similar fate for most of the Port fans after that game, I think.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
I think I met them in ER.
You're
What's
up.
my heart rate? 119. Can you hear that cubicle 9? Anyway, so
Yeah. Oh, I didn't do my goals yet.
sorry.
Jimmy Rowe, 5 goals done.
who you got?
I have North Melbourne with a kick after the siren. So within a goal. And I will be very heartbroken because I'll be watching the whole thing. And I have Darcy Fogarty with 3 goals, 1.
3 goals, 1. Repeater this week.
I like the fact that he's giving behinds as well.
Well, at least he gives a fucking answer, except for you. Just
I
like,
said 4.
thinking.
I also have Jimmy Rowe with most shots on goal, but he'll kick like 1 goal 4. And I'll be like, yeah, that'll be about right.
Hey.
That's true.
Yes, I'll go Crows 55. And
Good.
That's what
Yeah.
you were going to say, Ellen.
That's what I did say, Cream.
then we will go Fog to kick 5 eye.
Okay.
Lots of 5s in that.
Did he play last time we played North Melbourne? He did, didn't he? He kicked 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or
Yeah.
3 at Marvel. That was the long road back with a dodgy Tim Sim in Ballarat. Yeah, no, let's not.
That was
Cream in the boot.
that was
That's
Scholl.
right.
Yep, that was Lockie Scholl's breakout game from memory.
Oh, dear.
With Tom Duday taking something like 5 contested marks in the last quarter. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
that-
Riley O'Brien kicking a goal as well, man. Like, he's just...
Oh,
Bah,
Has
those
the
were
world
the
gone
days.
topsy-turvy?
But what I liked was he could have just shepherded it and it would have gone over and would have been safer. Yes, he was on the goal line, but
Yeah.
I still don't trust you from the top of that square, man.
Very true.
No, no one does. Not even. I think Crows will win by 17. And Fog will kick 5.
Everyone's going Fog. Why not Jimmy Rowe, even though he hasn't even been selected in the team?
He's carved up too much on his bloody barbecue shapes or something like that,
Yeah,
celebrating
true.
the weekend.
Watching Step Brothers again.
He's in about as great a shape as Will Ferrell was in Blades of Glory.
Oh, no.
That's me.
All right, let's get to the rest of round 23. Elodie, get out
Let's
the
whip
pictures
through
again,
it.
you
Oh,
fuck.
okay. Yeah, it does say that, doesn't it? Okay. So yeah, we've got the fixture in now. That's exciting. And Friday night, we're going to start off with a big blockbuster top 4 clash. Does that sound? Yeah, that should be in media. That sounded good. Top 4 clash
your own
between
horn
between.
What do you mean this isn't media?
Oh. Ooh.
This is a Sunday market. I don't know what. Candles. Get your candles.
Buy my potpourri. We have Dogs and Paw at Marvel Stadium on Friday night. Who you got, Sam?
Bulldogs by enough points to push Port out of the top 4.
That's a lot of points.
And it would have to count for 3 losses.
And
They
Brisbane have to,
safely in it.
Yeah.
That's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Thanks,
the
Carlton.
top four are set. 5th and 6th are set. And then 7th and 8th.
4th isn't quite set. So the Brisbane and Sydney sit on 56 points and the Dogs sit on 60. So they could drop out.
I still reckon
And
Bulldogs got this.
The powers of the Yo Gabba Gabba might lift Brisbane straight in there.
I mean,
No stumbles this week.
He's done it.
Port struggled against us and then they bullied Carlton, which is,
That doesn't say anything.
it's really just showing that,
It's like saying that we beat University this week. It means nothing.
if they get pushed by a contender who's not going to, fade away due to young legs, they're going to get smashed.
Definitely.
After watching the Dogs on the weekend, I'm not particularly confident in them, so I'm going to go with Port as much as I don't want it to happen.
I'm going with Port as well.
No chance the Bulldogs lose this game.
Okay.
Okay.
Play the music.
Yeah, I guess Bulldogs are a top 8 team. So, yeah, I guess Bulldogs win.
That's a good point. Actually.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, fuck you, babe.
Saturday, 1:05. You've got Richmond and Hawthorn at the MCG.
How does this get Saturday afternoon? Don't they normally make it like you play the top teams first, so you get them out of the way, they get a longer
they
break?
just want them on the prime times, I guess. Yeah, but I guess
Send
it's hard
Clark
when they
off.
have no idea who's going to finish 8th. It's between
It's all about those
It's not going to be
ratings.
Richmond or Hawthorn.
Oh, no. Yeah, who you got, Sam?
Hawthorn.
Yep. Send Clarko off with a win.
Hawthorn.
What game are we talking about?
Yeah, definitely Hawthorn. And 1:15 Saturday, you got Swans versus Suns. What a thriller that will be. And Sam?
I don't even know if this is a football game, is it?
It qualifies
Sydney.
Stewie Jew's last game.
Ooh, quite possibly.
Maybe.
Sydney by the length of the straight.
Yeah, Sydney
Add
by
some
the
more.
length of Randwick.
Yeah.
The whole track.
Sydney.
That's a big win.
Sydney by the length of Rose Hill.
I am going Gold Coast. Giddy up. And we've got Brisbane and Eagles at the Yo Gabba Gabba.
That's the one.
4:05 on Saturday. Who you got, Sam?
Brisbane.
Brisbane by the length of Eagle Farm.
I was just thinking of bloody Eagle.
Go Doomben instead.
Oh, God. Yeah, Brisbane by 100 plus.
Brisbane by the length of the Ipswich Dogs track.
And yeah,
Who you got, Elodie?
I have Brisbane.
Oh,
by
lovely.
Yes.
Good.
By the length of a Tom Lynch chip kick into the forward line.
Geez, 14 metres.
And then we've got the other top 4 clash. We've got Geelong and Melbourne playing on Saturday night at GMHBA LBT Stadium. Who you got, Sam?
Geelong.
Yeah, Geelong.
I'm
By
going.
Josh Jenkins' nose.
Oh, geez, that's big. I'm going for Melbourne by the length of the Dapto Dog Straight.
I'm going Melbourne by the length of the Geelong Dog track.
Oh.
The Corio Bay track.
That was a hard one to think of.
And I am going the Cats. And then we've got Carlton versus GWS at Marvel on Saturday night. Sam?
GWS should win it, so Carlton.
Good logic.
Yeah, GWS.
I'm going with Carlton. Eddie
Carlton.
Betts last game.
GWS by the length of the Maui racetrack.
Oh, jeez.
Are you putting on a multi now?
No, he probably is. I'm live on a quaddy.
I'm going, yeah, I think this one might confuse GWS because they should win and they won't. Yeah, I'm going Carlton.
Leon Cameron's last game.
Get the banner out.
I wish.
Leon Cameron, 6-year deal.
Oh, yeah, probably. That sounds like GWS.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds fair.
What's next?
Maybe
Next.
Leon Cameron will sign a 6-year deal with Carlton after the game.
In the room,
that
Sean
could be
McKernan
good.
style.
A bit of a coach swap just after the game. I like
Yeah.
that. Maybe let's just do it before the
Oh,
game.
like how
That'd
they
be fun.
change shirts and all that after like big games. Yeah.
He just goes up to the wrong box. He's like, it's not bad, this.
Or that TV show Wife Swap
Yeah,
where the
I
families
was thinking
and the
that.
kids.
Yeah.
Like, be like, oh, can you win with my team? Can you win with my
Yeah.
team?
But it's like after
it was
2
a-
rounds and then they go back and they record.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
Carlton's box had cannolis in it.
I've got to give it to Cameron. He's got ideas.
He
They're
made
not
me
good,
go
but
to
he's got
bed at
ideas.
8:30.
I just want my chicken nuggets.
Excuse me, Leon. How do you stop Toby Green from giving me wet willy? I need to see it.
The cafeteria lady wouldn't give me extra gravy.
All their glasses were empty.
All right. That's good. Get the marges up. Next, we've got St Kilda versus Freo at, I don't know, it doesn't say. To be confirmed on Sunday.
TBC Stadium.
Well, that would be at Optus, given that West Coast is playing at the
initially Marvel.
at the
It was
Gabba,
supposed to be
wouldn't it?
Marvel.
Yeah, I don't know, Cream. Who's going to win?
Well, if it's in Perth, I think it'll be Freo by the length of the Cannington Dog Cup.
Okay.
Freo. Well, like the Globe Derby Park Straight.
That's here.
Yeah, I know.
Go with Mandra. Mandra.
I don't bet.
Okay.
I don't know.
Freo by the length of the
Exmouth Straight.
Mandura.
Yes.
Straight. But you said Mandura.
Yeah.
Menangle.
I reckon St Kilda. They just like ruining things for people. They'll do it.
Including themselves.
Yeah, I'm going with Freo.
By the length of Ascot.
Cool.
Cool. You should not bet so much. Do you need help?
He can name it every racetrack in Australia.
No, don't.
And Doncaster.
Don't.
He taught me how to bet on dogs once at the pub. It was nice, wasn't it? I just went for a
You just
A
went down to
real
local
bonding
parks.
experience.
Just shit through them all.
Nothing brings you closer together.
Hey,
Yeah.
you ready to lose $200?
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun night.
I'm telling you, get on the blue dot.
You see the schnauzer over there? He's got to maul that one. Oh, shit.
You see that dog? That dog just took his shit before it gets into the box.
Oh.
Aerodynamic.
He's got to fly, mate. Fly.
Now let's just head to the pokies while we wait for our dog to run. And there's
Yeah,
another
that's
$50.
it.
More chili.
I won 50, lost
more
300. I think I won.
Should have just given you $200 and stayed home.
Gamble responsibly.
And last game, we have Essendon versus Collingwood at the MCG, 2:50 Sunday. Who you got, Sam?
Oh, I missed this one. Who's playing?
Essendon, Collingwood.
Essendon.
Essendon.
I'm going for Essendon.
I'm going for Collingwood.
I am going for, Collingwood. AFL don't obviously have a lot of hopes of Essendon making the finals because, Sunday 2:50 game is a bit shit.
And Richmond Hawthorn gets Saturday after them.
Yeah, makes sense.
See, I think the reason they actually did that is because Freo have a chance of making the 8 and Essendon have a chance of making the 8, so they wanted to leave it to the very last
So
day.
they'll know,
So that,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fair. Just
They do like
keep it
doing the
intense.
suspenseful build-up, like all weekend. Oh, who's going to make it, who's not? And then like one team's waiting for a result and they're like, oh, shit, we just got to get Fremantle up.
Yeah.
We just got to get them up.
was that everything?
Yeah, and then we
That's
just get the last junk time game after everything's already decided and nobody cares. So
Seems-
that
seems
sounds
appropriate.
like the rest of our season.
And it's
Yeah.
not like we're even fighting for the spoon anymore, is
I
it?
know, yeah.
Or the
so-
number one pick.
Would have had Friday prime time if we had a chance of finishing last. Maybe not.
The best, worst game of the year.
All right, well, on that note, I reckon it's time to head out. On our way out, I want to give a shout out again to our sponsors in PainMed SA and Trojan Aluminium. Thank you to all our Patreons, including Sam, who we will get to in a minute. Thank you for your support. If you want to join, you can go to patreon.com/Croject. You're entitled to shows and merchandise. Please get on that and have a look at our garden stake tops. We're selling them at croject.bigcartel.com. Proceeds to go to Catherine House for homelessness. Apart from that, I think that's about it. Thank you, Elodie.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Pilot Pete.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betty Mac.
Thank you very much.
And last but not least, thank you, Sam, for coming in. You are welcome anytime.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much.
What's your name?
5 metres out wide on the boundary line, and surely not. Oh, no, he's done it.
What? You done?
He's missed the button.
Okay, go Crom.
Go, Crom.
No problem.